Today's assignment is the first in the roller coaster project. If you go into the classroom, classwork tab, roller coaster background, it should say your name. It is to show me what you know about potential, kinetic, and mechanical energy. This link brings you to a simulator for the roller coasters. First, start out by pressing every button and see what happens. I'm going to hit start. You can see that the coaster goes up and down. This ME here means mechanical energy, and it is staying the same the entire time. You'll notice that the PE and the KE are switching. So right now, right at the very top, you can see it's pretty much all PE, potential energy, and there's almost no KE. As it goes down and speeds up, the kinetic energy increases, while the potential energy decreases. Now at the bottom, if you hit step, you can get it to go one little bit at a time. You can see that the kinetic energy is very high, the potential energy is very low, and it doesn't get all the way to the bottom, which is why the potential energy never gets to zero. The next thing we can click is loop. It makes a little track, and you can see that the potential energy and kinetic energy are switching as it goes through. The next thing we could click is bumps. Bumps is what you're going to be using during this activity. If you pause it, rather, you can move these bumps to wherever you want them to be. And at some point, you're going to be doing that. You're going to be moving the bumps to certain places. Now you see it can't get up over these because it started here. So I'm going to put this up high. Uh-oh. Reset. Oop. Reset. Come on, reset. There we go. Now I can get all the way through because it started at a higher point. Another thing we can do, we can hit track drag. This adds friction. So with friction, you'll see that it's going to behave very differently than it behaved without friction. So when it tries to go back up, it's having a lot of trouble making it because it can't doesn't have enough kinetic energy to overcome all the drag that it's experiencing. Another thing we can do is we can add velocity vectors. I'll reset this and turn off track drag. That blue vector gets longer and shorter, and it shows the velocity of the cart at any given second. That's why it keeps whipping around. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to hit show force vectors. Now there's more than one force. This force that says W is weight. This force that says N is a normal force. And it is just the opposite of whatever the track is. You would say it's perpendicular to the track. Now, that's because the weight of the cart and the velocity of the cart are always going to be creating a counter force through the track. Otherwise, they would fall through the track. We can have all three at the same time, the velocity and the weight and the normal force. And there's a lot of interesting stuff here that I'm not going to get into today. So once you've played around with it a bit,